This woman is dead. This is Miriam Carey. This is the woman who was murdered, who was shot execution style, paramilitary police execution style in D.C., the so-called District of Columbia, or the Demons of Columbia, on the 3rd of October. October, the month of judgment. It's just kind of very interesting how that all connects. Tribe of Dan, the serpent, government shutdown, the beginning of scandal, that Anglo-Negro erotic political drama about an Anglo male committing adultery and giving up his Anglo wife, even his presidency, because the love of a Negro woman. Oh, that is such sweet fantasy, right? Well, there is a truth to that right there. There's a truth to that. But let's deal with these facts right here. This woman, right? This is another picture of her, right? She is killed outside of, actually on Capitol Hill, right? Now, there's the sound of the screeching owls. She was killed on Capitol Hill, right? She was sacrificed. See, this was a sacrifice. The first clip, I'm basically seeing Jones' video where he said D.C. police kill mother in front of child. I said a little bit more correctly, D.C. police kill a black mother in front of her child. I think that's important. I think that if she wasn't a black mother, can you imagine the outrage? There might be some outrage about this as well, because some people are beginning to see beyond just racial color and are really growing up, waking up, and rising in grace, right? So they're going to recognize that. But still, a lot of people still cling to the so-called new or the old world order, right? What was once the new world order. America was established based on the new world order. Right, so a lot of people who believe in this American mythology of American so-called exceptionalism, well, this is exceptional, right? That something like this can really happen. This is an example of American exceptionalism. So we want to call this, what should we call this? The Capitol Hill shooting sacrifice, the Capitol Hill black mother sacrifice, the black mother sacrifice on Capitol Hill. She's murdered by the D.C. cops, right, after an alleged chase. I don't think it was really much of a chase. You understand? It wasn't much of a chase. But this is how the media, who was salivating, the media was salivating. This is almost like the gladiatorial games in Rome. This mother is dead because her only crime was that she backed up from a new checkpoint. I mean, a checkpoint. Do you understand what checkpoints are? A lot of folks say, well, we need checkpoints to be safe, so forth and so on. But you know, the outrage takes this very same situation. Look at the motorcyclist in New York and the whole SUV incident. A lot of people sided with the SUV driver, right, because they say, well, he was in there with his wife and his child. Now, if his wife and his child wasn't in the car, perhaps some people would side more with the motorcyclist. Right? All depends. Some people will side with the driver or the motorcyclist. All depends. If it was a white-on-white incident, white bikers, motorcyclists, and a white driver, right, then people probably will look at it for the real merits of the case. You see, so race does matter. I say that because a lot of folks will still cling to this little fairy tale, right, that we are in a post-racial society, right? What happened to this mother right here should prove to those of you who are not useless GMO eaters and fluoridated water drinkers, it should prove to you what's happening, right? What's happening? You see, people want to believe the media. The media already lied in the first couple of hours of running this story. They make this woman like Yosemite Sam, right? That she was running up and down shooting guns and she was trying to get the president. She was trying to get Harry Reid. She was upset about the government shutdown. I mean, it would run any kind of cock and bull story. But now look at the cognitive See, I'm seeing some cognitive dissonance in this particular case right here. This is her car right here, and I wanted to show this particular picture before. Let's see if we can get this just a little bit larger right here, so you can see there's something very interesting about this particular picture. This is after they shot her, the Capitol Hill police, right? Gestapo SS, after they shot her to death. Woman killed, right? Woman murdered. She was execution style murdered, right? They knew she had a child in the car. They knew she was a black woman, but look, a black woman in a black car. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now you say, well, why would that happen? Obama, he's black. Yeah, but his mom is white. Let's just be plain and simple, straight up. So there's a cognitive dissonance, right? There's a cognitive dissonance. Everybody's going to look at, well, what she did wrong, what she could have done. Well, why did she back up? Why did she drive away? You understand? When they finally get over the fact that it wasn't really the chase that they make it out to be. Right? It's not the really chase that they make it out to be, right? But what's so very interesting that if this was a black male and a black female sort of situation, immediately the black male would be demonized because black male, by virtue of black male, you know, what's black male? When I say black male, what's the first thing you think about? You either think about a black male, or you'll think about crime, extortion, or you'll think that one and the same. You're not gonna think anything very positive, right? Now she's in a black, right, car, right, and she would not submit, right, to a new checkpoint, or she tried to maybe avoid that checkpoint. And you know, sometimes you're driving down the road and you see like an accident, or you might think it's an accident up ahead of the road, and if you can back up or turn away or drive, avoid it, go around it. I mean, folks who are drivers, you'll do this all the time. This could have been you. You understand? But instead of folks recognizing how dangerous the situation has gotten, and the fact that were it not for the grace of God, there they go. They'll make all sorts of excuses. So here we have a case of a D.C. mother, right? Not D.C. mother, but a mother, right? Maybe if she was a D.C. mother, I don't know. You understand? What we do know is that a woman is dead, shot down, right, like a terrorist. Right? What was her crime? In front of her child. They did not recognize a child was in the car. There was no other way to deal with this. Let's look at other cases where this happened with those of other faces and other races. Is this how they treat other mothers? See, some of y'all still don't want to get it because Scandal is your favorite show. Right? I mean, total bullshit. Right? Total bullshit. Some interesting bullshit because, you know, even in the bullshit, pick sense out of nonsense was one of my first elders told me. Pick sense out of nonsense. This whole story is nonsensical, especially for how they first portrayed the story. You know, they first portrayed the story like this woman is Yosemite Sam. She's there to hurt Harry Reid. She's there, you know. Jones is correct when he said that the wicked flee when nothing is chasing them. She was avoiding a checkpoint, as many of y'all as drivers sometimes do. You're driving down the road and you see, but then they're being on heightened security because of insecurity, right? They said that when they say peace, peace, right, is a sudden destruction. Now, suppose she did have she didn't have no gun, right? There was no gun found. There was absolutely no gun found, but the news, your CNN, right, CNN, right, and other MSNBC, the rest of them reports that she was some threat. What threat was she? Like she was going to do some crime with her daughter in the back seat, right? With her daughter in the back seat. Nothing found, nothing suspicious, just a regular woman, right? Black mother, in this case, going about D.C. to do some errands. D.C. on a heightened state of shutdown, right? Shutdown. right? Obviously, they're still killing people and they're still killing black people. But then after all, wasn't that part of the compromise? Wasn't that all a part of the 3/5 compromise right there? I mean, y'all don't recognize what's going on here? You really don't get it? You're really going to say Obama, Obama? You understand? Did Obama even speak about this particular case? Did he even say anything about this as yet? Oh, he don't want to say nothing because all the facts are not in. Since when did that stop him before? Right? He's spoken on it before. And here, now they're taking the daughter, and she's going to be in foster care? She's going to be in child protective services. They're going to put her on some drugs to make her forget what happened to her mommy after what she witnessed. Anyway,